Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, after some technical difficulties. We are back. So, Lane gave us the most bogus top 5 of all time. Lane gave us, who do we have again? Number 1, a nigga you probably never heard of, but does make good music, but is super personal. Sayari the Kid. No, I've definitely listened to his music, but yeah, there's a lot of New York niggas you could have mentioned.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
super personal, and I think you're the only fan. But number 2, who do we have?
Kanye West is my number 2. Number 3,
A nigga we never heard of at number 1,
yeah, okay.
and a nigga we all know at number 2.
Preference, preference.
Number 3,
Number 3 is Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. Not mad at that.
Number 4 is Nipsey Hussle.
Number 4, Nipsey Hussle.
And number 5 is Young Thug. The Dark Horse.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we've learned here today is that niggas born in the 2000s don't know music.
We done with the 90s, yo.
Ah, man, it's great. It's great.
I'm interested in your take on Nipsey being 4. That's the song.
You're interested in my take on Nipsey being number 4 on his particular list? Listen, I think Nipsey Hussle, is a great artist. If I'm talking about a top list, and I think Nipsey Hussle would be in a top 20, he would definitely be after the 10s.
Damn.
And he probably would be 19. He probably would be 19.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like-
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why did he do all of that just to say?
I mean, I'm just being real. Nipsey would probably be 19, and the only reason why I say Nipsey would be 19 on a list of 20 is because Nipsey, I think, has one of the greatest runs in music that a lot of people didn't realize until after he died. And it was appreciated by real music appreciators while he was here who listened to his music. I think that he has a run comparable to a Biggie or a Tupac. Whereas though in the music maybe listen to me. I said he had a run comparable, and what I mean by that is, and I think and this is an important conjunction as we talk about music in general, and even when I think the conversation of top rappers and the conversation of top NBA players is a really good parallel. And I always say this in comparison to between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. When we talk about quality of something, right? When we talk about quality, that is the greatest metric of how good something is, quality. And if I ask you, if you had a car that was the same car from the minute you bought it to the minute you were ready to buy a new car, you would say that is the greatest car you ever had. Michael Jordan was not Michael Jordan for his entire career. He was Michael Jordan for a run of 7 years. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan for a run of 7 years. LeBron James was LeBron James from year 0 to year 21. He's not any less of a great player throughout his entire career. And so when we bring it back to music, I just feel like when we talk about Tupac and Biggie, we have to realize that name me one music icon before Tupac and Biggie. It's very hard for you to tell me that in the domain of rap. Worldwide icon. And primarily because the degree of talent, the degree of niggas making music at the time was not on the level of stardom that they were. Nowadays, it's easy for a lot of niggas to be known. And if Nipsey Hussle came out and was popping at the time, even though it's a huge hypothetical, if Nipsey Hussle came at a time where there wasn't a lot of niggas making music to that degree, he would be considered one of the greatest. But it's just been so many good people making music. And that's the point I made earlier on my Lupe Fiasco new album review. My thing about Lupe Fiasco's new album is phenomenal. And it reminds us of just how much we overlooked the talent of artists in between the early 2000s to 2013 to 2015. We had a lot of great musical talent between the early 2000s and 2015. Like arguably between 2010 and 2015, that was one of the greatest runs for music ever, in terms of quality and in terms of music that impacted a generation or group of people. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't appreciate it as much because we had so much that we could choose from. Nowadays, when most of popular music is absolute trash, you know what I'm saying? And a person put it to me greatly. He said, a lot of the music that we liked because it was made for us, not whether or not it was good, right? Because when you think about today, and I'm gonna be quite blunt here, and it's gonna make some people upset. Playboy Carti is absolute trash. Playboy Carti is absolute trash. I seen a leak from his new album, I Am Music, that niggas was like, oh my God, this is fire. The shit's garbage. He's not saying a goddamn thing. It's not, listen, Young Thug. A lot of people from generations before us do not like Young Thug because they can't understand his music. But niggas gotta understand, there was a Harvard professor broke down why Young Thug's music was good, and it's because he uses his voice as an instrument, right? And we appreciate the music. Like that song "Lifestyle" is a fucking hit. Fuck the nigga Joe Coy or whoever the fuck who just did that stand up talking shit about Lifestyle. That song, it was a fucking hit. And if you're not with it, you're not with the culture. You know what I'm saying? But my thing about it is back to the point. We had really great music at a time. Like, think about this. We had Joey Badass, Kendrick Lamar, pretty much all of TDE, Schoolboy Q's, Ab-Soul. We had J. Cole, Kanye West, Chance the Rapper. Like, we got even A$AP Rocky. We had 20 rappers, Big Crit, so many niggas. Wale. We had so many niggas within one time frame. Even Meek Mill, we had so many niggas in one time frame make excellent music for the culture of music, and we didn't appreciate it as much. And now that we're at a point that we're at right now, we're like, what the fuck is this shit? Where are we? We're in the fucking Twilight Zone. When fucking Sexy Red is one of the top artists based on the agenda of the industry, when Sexy Red is the top artist of this time based on the agendas. The agenda of the industry, where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we? I'm just saying. We neglected great music at the time of the early 2000s to 2015, and so that's just my take. I mean, if you feel different, please step up to the podium and speak your piece. That's not a spicy take. Hey, Playboy Carti's trash, bro.
No, I mean he is, but I think
Playboy Carti.
I think
come on. Let him know. Let him speak.
His music is good, but he can't rap.
What the fuck is good about it?
That's what we're literally talking about.
But that's not.
Like,
So
heck,
are we talking about rap in the sense of like how good somebody's lyrics are, or how good
we're
the
talking about music making. We're
That's two
talking.
different things.
We're talking about so many. Come on.
So if we're talking about rap, so are we specifically talking about lyrics, or are we talking about how good the
So listen to me. Let's
rap is
hold
a
on. Time
genre.
out.
Rap is a genre. That's what it is.
Rap is a genre, right? But again, rap is a genre that comes from hip hop. And what we appreciate most about rap is what we appreciate about hip hop. Right? We like a vibe, we like lyrics, and we like a concept. All those things play into rap. And it's all ultimately like the style of an artist and things like that. That's what we like about the music. Like so when we also like the I guess the aura that comes along with the artist himself. Like that's rap. Like it's not a hard thing to figure out. You know what I'm saying? But when like there's just so many opportunities that I feel like certain artists have to be good, but it just falls short.
I mean, I think the idea of, I mean, if that's the case, then Playboy Carti is a hip hop artist. He's not a rap artist.
No, absolutely not.
So let's define the difference. Playboi Carti is a rapper?
Okay, let's give you a history really quickly. So, hip hop is a style of music which I would like to say is the first institution of rap. Hip hop is the first institution of rap. It's the foundation of what rap is.
Right.
Hip hop is a foundation of rap. So we have to understand hip hop is more than just the music itself. It's the entire culture of music making within the spectrum.
Right.
So hip hop started with something called the break, right, which is basically a beat and a style of making music to a vibe, right? And then you have the nature of the MC, right? The MC was the guy who basically was on the mic, who ran the parties, and the guy, running the show on the mic, rocking the mic essentially, which later became the rapper. And then you had fashion, break dancing, the dancing, right? The dances that went along with that culture. You had the fashion that went along with that culture, and you had the art and graffiti that came along with that culture, right? And that overall spectrum of culture and music, over time evolved, right? And we have key stepping stones in the altering of music, where you had the gangster rap era in the early 2000s, right, which later brought about Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne came up in that gangster rap era, and Lil Wayne was just so good at a point where he chose to diversify his music making style into the whole spectrum of rock and creating this alternative style to rap or gangster rap, which came from hip hop. And that introduction of that alternative style of rap also at the same time, you had one of the greatest music makers as well, Kanye West, doing something similar in the same light and taking production to another level. And from Kanye West, you have a whole plethora of artists as well who took the music to another level. And the way that I look at it is every artist in this modern era of rap is a version of Lil Wayne or Travis Scott. And in the nature, and in the nature, Kanye West.
Scott.
Well, when you talk about the whole heavy metal, rock style, melodic style of music, that was perfected by Travis Scott. It was introduced by Kanye and Lil Wayne, and it was perfected by Travis Scott.
Okay.
Travis Scott became the god of it all.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For a few years.
Well, he still is.
Really?
Travis Scott is the greatest rap artist of this era. Like Travis Scott is like.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, not the greatest, but he's the biggest. He's the biggest.
Okay.
He's the biggest. He's the biggest rapper of this era.
I would say that based off of, I would say, I would agree to that based off of his range in terms of like his fans. Like his fans don't all look the same, and he has a lot of fans because, of course, he has a lot of shows overseas. So, I mean, yeah, to a degree, I could agree. But that's the main reason why, because of how many fans he has, and the demographic of his fans are much different than your average rapper.
But the question you have to understand, or the question you are brought to, is why does he have that diverse fan group? And it's because the hip hop has always been an infectious culture. Right? I mean, I mean, if Method Man or Wu-Tang Clan did a show today, a majority of their fan or the people in those crowds would be white guys. They would be white people. Because those are the people who appreciate that style of music most.
Right.
So, I mean, regardless of the demographic, I think it stands as it stands.
That's fair.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, this has been another episode of Jordan Reviews It. We'll end here. It's a bit of a cliffhanger, but I thank you all for listening. We're out. Peace.